I want to jump to the story as we talk about the love for America. From Marca.com, Trump supporters unveil massive Trump or death banner, they say flag, at Yankees game. Take a look at this image. 1776-2024, Trump or death. That kind of freaks me out. It's like, if Trump doesn't get elected, what are they saying? Are they saying, give me liberty or give me death, except it's Trump instead of liberty?
No, I don't know. That's the slogan of Cuba right there.
Are they saying that if Trump isn't elected, it will be death?
What is the slogan of Cuba?
Patria o muerte. Your country or death. That's the slogan. That's a Cuban slogan right there, which is why that song went viral, the Patria Vida. Like your country or death. That's the slogan for Cuba.
What's the direct literal translation? It's patriot?
Patria is your homeland. Homeland or death.
Wow.
Yeah, with was it Thomas Henry, give me liberty or give me death? That's the whole, like, give me exactly what I want or I'll die.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying, leave me alone or I will fight you. Oh. That's what's being implied.
Well,
liberty, the freedom to do what I want, or I will fight for that liberty, and that means I will fight to the death for that liberty.
As opposed to give me X or die.
It's not. It's not
give me liberty or give me death.
Yeah, it's leave me alone.
You have two choices. Either you're going to give me my liberty, or you're going to have to kill me.
But giving liberty is basically leave me alone. It's not give me Donald Trump. Not give me a result. It's stay off my lawn. Basically.
So liberty is a negative. Right. So you don't need to be given a thing, or you don't need someone else to act on your behalf. It's not a positive action to have liberty. Right. So give me liberty is leave me alone. Like, don't take a positive action against me.
But in Cuba, it's like worship the homeland or suffer.
That was Fidel's slogan. That's what they came into Cuba with was Patria o Muerte. So when I saw that flag, I was like, whoa, that's authoritarian AF.
Yeah, man. You mentioned the charismatic guy that comes in and destroys the world, I feel like Obama did it, and then Trump just kept going with it.
Well, we all thought Obama was going to be our savior, right? I mean, like, that was the big thing. I didn't. I'm sure nobody at this table did, but
I think so. I felt like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people.
Finally, we got it.
Yeah, and it was like, he's this great guy. He looks good on camera. Man, the man can dress. And he says all the right things, and then drops a few bombs on kids and American citizens, and it's just, I don't know. It's scary to watch. It's scary to watch and pay attention.
Obama is more likely to be the charismatic. Like, if someone were to come to me and said, "Do you think that the charismatic leader who leads the world to destruction is around today?" I'd be like, "It's possible." If you came to me and said you thought it was either Trump or Obama, I'm like, "Oh, there's no question it's not Trump." The dude certainly has charisma, but he also has serious issues with half the country, and a lot of people really don't like him. He's not.
They're forcing us to like him. They're forcing us to like him.
Is the famous silver tongue, world leader celebrity who was doing horrible
Trump.
things.
Well, I don't know if I'd say awful, but Trump was like a movie star. He was a TV star, like a character actor, with telling jokes, being like, "You're fired," with a smile, calling Rosie O'Donnell fat. Like, just a charismatic. Even though you would say, but you can be charismatic and cruel, or charismatic and say mean things that upset people charismatically, and he did that. So,
but my point is simply, if it came down to who do you think out of the two is more likely to be the charismatic leader who leads the world to ruin? It's Obama.
I felt like it was a package. It was 2008 to 2020. We had this mess of celebrity in charge that just made it about who can smack talk better. And it got hotter the longer it went on.
I think that's probably just an artifact of this is your generation.
But it never happened
because
before.
Ronald Reagan was a movie star.
But he didn't act like that. He wasn't like cruel.
Did. I was literally watching a documentary earlier. It's hilarious, by the way. And I forgot what it's called, but it's like how my dad got radicalized from a Democrat to far right because of Rush Limbaugh. And it was really hilarious watching this thing because it's mirror reality. I mean, they got the guy from Media Matters. And Media Matters just posts like insane lies all the time and conspiracy theories. And I'm like, to act like you're not in the cult and you're listening to this guy. But in it, they're talking about Ronald Reagan. They're talking about Richard Nixon. They're talking about the fast, quick one-liners and demagoguery and celebrity and building cults of personality. And I'm like, oh, this is really fun.
Yeah, they did it with Clinton. When he played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall or something.
Right. No, on MTV, man.
This documentary is about Rush Limbaugh. This is about like the 2000, the 90s and the 2000s. This is not about even Trump. They've been saying the same thing over and over again. They said Bush was Hitler. Every Republican is Hitler. It's the same game they play every single time.
The difference is social media, because if Reagan wasn't able to get his word out without the networks going on to David Letterman or something, so that it was all network approved. But Trump bypasses the FCC and goes straight to the mouth with Twitter. And it just upended the entire any kind of normalcy or things
Control.
you don't go on national television and call someone a fat pig when you're the president. Use that pulpit and that power and that authority to demean someone's physical appearance. It's what in the hell did he just do to the essence of the United States presidency? That was a terrible misuse of power, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't think that Obama was really. I don't think that Trump was really significantly worse than other presidents.
He's significantly better.
Yeah. When it comes to rhetoric and stuff like that,
Foreign policy.
People act like the rhetoric that he had was so bad, and I agree with you about foreign policy. But I don't think that he really was. He was a little more direct in the way that he spoke, but he wasn't. And maybe other presidents were. They had a little more finesse, but the thing that people liked about Trump was that he was just saying it like it is, right? He was an authentic guy. He was BSing people, but it didn't seem like it was canned or written by a speechwriter, and that people related to that.
He's honest where it matters.
Yeah.
He's like, we're going to keep soldiers in Syria for the oil. We got to keep the oil. We're doing really well. It's wow.
Yeah. He just
said, we're going to sell weapons to Saudi Arabia. And we're like, okay, all right. And then he would be like, my hair's real and I'm the best and everyone loves me. And you're like, okay, Trump. It's like he lies a lot. But the things he lies about, I don't care about. Yeah. It's like...
How many people were at his inauguration?
Yeah, exactly. How many people were there? Oh, it's the biggest you've ever seen. It's like, we know it wasn't, but fine, whatever. Look, if Donald Trump is sitting there and he's in his room saying, oh, there's 1 million people here right now watching me sign these peace agreements in the Middle East. I'm like, that's right. They're all watching and waiting for you to sign those peace agreements. Please sign them. I don't care if Trump wants to lie about the size of inauguration or the women he's been with and all this weird, stupid, nonsense cultural crap. I care that we got the Abraham Accords. I care that the economy was doing well. I care that he took tremendous efforts to try and bring peace to parts of the world, like in North Korea. And they attack him for it. And that one deeply offends me, and I love saying it. Trump crossed the demilitarized zone into enemy territory with no security detail. Yeah. Nah, you can F off. Anybody who's like, Trump's ponying up to dictators, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, nice try, dude. That's not going to fly. They could have captured the president right there on the spot and made demands. I mean, they wouldn't. Trump was right. He knew the move to be made, but it was a tremendous sign of good faith. Trump can tell me that his house is made of cheese and graham crackers and sugar and candy canes, and he can look me square in the eyes and lie. He can tell me that his toilet is made of solid gold, and I'll say, whatever you say, dude. Keep working on those peace agreements, and I'm satisfied.
Just be like, are you sure it's solid? Isn't it just a plated?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I think it's plated.
It's like Zoolander. Yeah. When Zoolander looks at the what is the Institute for Kids Who Can't Read Good or whatever, and he's like, how are we going to teach them to read if they can't fit in the building? And then Mugatu is like, he's absolutely right. Like that, I'm saying, if Trump wants me to believe that he had the biggest inauguration or any other nonsense like that, and he keeps saying it, I'm just going to be like, yes, you are completely correct, sir. And that's all of those people at your inauguration are cheering for you as you sign the Abraham Accords and try and bring peace to the Middle East.
I was thinking the other night, like, who was the best president of my lifetime? That comes up a lot on the show.
Trump.
And I was like, well, there's two ways to answer the question. One is with retrospect. The other one is at that point in my life, who was it? Thinking of like, in this moment, who is the best? It was Bill Clinton. Because in the late 90s or in the early mid 90s, he was able to rally and like make the United States seem like the greatest country on earth. For all of us, it felt like
that.
It felt like we ended the Cold War, and it was finally we've solved war. It felt like it was really done. Mm-hmm. And then you find out later they're part of a military war machine, and I don't know what happened in Bosnia and shit. Like he was
Trump's the best president of my life, and
he's just so divisive. That's why I don't pick him.
I disagree. I blame the corrupt uniparty establishment. Trump was a massive celebrity, loved by everybody. Barack Obama said the American dream was to be Trump. But Trump was an outsider who wanted to do things like bring back manufacturing, secure our borders, and the TPP. I got to tell you, when he crushed the TPP, that's probably one of the biggest moments where the knives came out.
Yep.
And then they did everything in their power to make everybody hate Trump. And I'm like, everybody loved the guy. He was in Home Alone. I'm going to say it again. Barack Obama said the American dream is to be Donald Trump. That was the idea before he decided to run for president, and they came after him. And even the people who, there are certain celebrities who are like, oh, I've been good friends with the Trump family. They're all very, very nice. But Trump's a fascist. And I'm like, oh, get out of here with that. Look, it is not hard to say that Trump is the greatest president of my lifetime. Because who am I comparing him to? Bill Clinton? No, please.
You can't. George Bush was my least favorite.
So in my lifetime, I've had H.W. Bush, Clinton, W. Bush, Obama, and Trump. And certainly you can compliment some of these presidents for some things. But come on. H.W. Bush? Oh, please, dude. What do you say? We're beginning to see the makings of a new world order. And all of that neocon garbage and Desert Storm and everything they tried to do. You get Bill Clinton. And don't get me wrong, there is some good economic stuff. But there's a whole lot of stuff wrong with what Bill Clinton's presidency. And I have to say, for the most part, when it comes to those two presidents, in my lifetime, there was nothing in my life that they did that mattered. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.